The 1964 season had reached the grand finale. Leading was Graham Hill for BRM on 39 points, with John Surtees on 34 for Ferrari, while Clark was 4 points further down in the Lotus. In the battle between the constructors, Ferrari led on 43 points, from BRM on 42 and Lotus on 37. The BRM man would take the title if he won, if he came third and Surtees did not win, if Clark did not win and Surtees did no better than third. The Ferrari driver needed a win or a second place, with Hill no higher than fourth. Clark would have to win, with Surtees no better than third and Hill no higher than fourth. The Mexican circuit is located at 2,500 meters above sea level, inside a large park and sports facility not far from the center of Mexico City. Racing at altitude meant that, because of the rarefied atmosphere, the engines were about 25 horsepower down. In practice, Clark ran his previous year's Lotus 25B, as well as the new 33, which he eventually opted for. Qualifying confirmed the Scotsman had made the right choice, as he took pole position in 1 minute 57.24 seconds, 86 hundredths better than Dan Gurney in the Brabham, 1.3 and 1.4 seconds respectively faster than the Ferraris of Lorenzo Bandini, running the 12-cylinder engine, and Surtees in the V8-powered 158. Hill was sixth, 2.56 seconds off pole. Worth noting that, as in the previous United States Grand Prix, the Ferrari were not in their usual red livery, but sported the colors of the American cars. This was because the entrant was not Scuderia Ferrari, but the North American Racing Team, NART, run by Luigi Chinetti, the importer, and a friend of Enzo Ferrari. Clark got a perfect start, while Surtees had a few problems and moved off slowly, as did Hill, because the strap on his goggles let go right before the start and he lost time fiddling with the spare ones. At the end of the opening lap, Clark led by 2 seconds from Gurney and Bandini, with Hill and Surtees 10th and 13th respectively. After a further 5 laps, they were up to 6th and 7th, and then fighting for 4th spot, while on lap 18, Clark led Gurney, Hill, Bandini and Surtees. 10 laps later, and Bandini began to put Hill under pressure, and on lap 30, at the hairpin, the Englishman waved his fist at the Italian to indicate he was getting perilously close at certain points on the track. The collision came a lap later, when the Ferrari attacked the BRM at the hairpin again, and both of them spun. They got going again, but were overtaken by Surtees, who moved up to third. The Englishman's BRM had sustained damage, which called for 2 pit stops and effectively put him out of the running. Bandini was in great form and even managed to catch and pass Surtees. With 8 laps to go, Clark, who was leading, overshot at the chicane, sliding on some oil. On the following lap, the Scotsman realized the oil was actually coming from his own car. An oil line had broken. There was nothing to be done except try and get to the finish. Shortly after that, Gurney and Surtees, who had once again caught Bandini, passed him and were heading to the finish line in that order. The thrilling finish meant John Surtees had won the title by a single point from Hill, the first and only time a motorcycle world champion also won the Formula One title. Now, he was really a hero of 2 worlds. The party was complete, as Ferrari also won the Constructors' Championship, the second time the Maranello marque had done so.